Lausanne, Switzerland. Russian athletes will be allowed to compete at the upcoming Pyeongchang Olympics as neutrals despite orchestrated doping at the 2014 Sochi Games, the International Olympic Committee said Tuesday. The IOC suspended the Russian Olympic Committee and IOC member Alexander Zhukov, and also banned Russian Deputy Prime Minister Vladimir Mutko from the Olympics for life. Mutko was the sports minister in 2014 and Ireland the head of the organizing committee of soccer's next World Cup. The IOC also imposed a fine of $15 million on the Russian Olympic Committee to pay for investigations into the case and toward future anti-doping work. Watch, IOC suspends Russian Olympic Committee from 2018 Winter Games. Still, the IOC ruled that some Russians will be invited to compete as an Olympic athlete from Russia, or, without their national flag or anthem. Russia could refuse the offer and boycott the Games. Russian President Vladimir Putin has previously said it would be humiliating for Russia to compete without national symbols. Read more, Russia could miss 2018 Winter Olympics after WADA obtains doping database. An Olympic boycott has never achieved anything, IOC President Thomas Bach said at a news conference. Secondly, I don't see any reason for a boycott by the Russian athletes because we allow the clean athletes there to participate. The sanctions could be challenged at the Court of Arbitration for Sport. The Russian doping program caused unprecedented damage to Olympism and sports, said IOC-appointed investigator Samuel Schmid, the former president of Switzerland who was asked to verify an institutional conspiracy. Watch, IOC President Thomas Bach said athletes who missed the podium due to athletes using banned substances will be awarded medals at the upcoming Olympics. Russia has repeatedly refused to accept that a state-sponsored doping program existed. Such denials helped ensure bans on its track federation and anti-doping agency have not been lifted. Instead, Russia blames Grigory Rodenkov, the former director of Moscow and Sochi testing laboratories, as a rogue employee. It wants the scientist extradited from the United States, where he is a protected witness. Read more, Putin suggests doping scandal is U.S. meddling in upcoming Russian election. The executive board reached its decision Tuesday after a scheduled 4.5-hour debate when it heard from a Russian delegation that included world figure skating champion Evgenia Medvedeva. The delegation was led by Zhukov, who was later suspended. Two IOC commission leaders appointed after World Anti-Doping Agency investigator Richard McLaren upheld Rodenkov's doping claims in July 2016 also reported to the Olympic Board. Schmid's report included a 50-page sworn affidavit from Rodenkov, who was also a key witness for McLaren and an IOC disciplinary commission. Watch, IOC levels bans against members of Russian Olympic Committee. The chairman of that disciplinary panel, Swiss lawyer Dennis Oswald, reported about prosecuting Russian athletes implicated in cheating at the 2014 Sochi Games. By Monday, 25 Russians had been disqualified from the Sochi Games and banned from the Olympics for life, and 11 medals were stripped.